This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
Hello, I'm Keith Cutler, and this is my wife, Dana Cutler, and together we bring you Couples Court. Today, we're answering one of the most asked questions that's come to us on social media, and that is, how do you catch someone when you think they're cheating?
Cheating is something that shakes up many a relationship, and in our first case, Shalonda Johnson couldn't shake the feeling that her husband was cheating with one of his exes. So she took matters into her own hands and did an investigation of her own. One Pacific day, I calls his phone. It was on a Saturday. I said, "What you doing?" "I'm at my homeboy house." I had GPS tracking on his cell phone. I told my kids, I said, "Y'all put y'all shoes on. We got somewhere to go." To the GPS, you keep straight. Boom, I followed the instructions. Look at who I see. Our truck parked at whose house? His ex-girlfriend's house.
I didn't know at the time she had mace in her hand. Just shh.
She maced you?
That's right.
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I emptied a whole can out.
Mr. White was asked, during your 2-year marriage, have you had sexual contact with your ex? What was his response?
His response was no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
This is really what I get.
Baby, I haven't.
All that I've done for you, this is what I get. She maced him. I still don't believe she maced him. And she let loose on him in front of a whole bunch of folks.
Well, in all fairness, he did say that he was there to pay respects to his ex's family member after her mother passed away.
Yeah, right. In case you're wondering how this all played out after court, Miss Johnson told us that family members packed up her husband's belongings and put them at the back door before they got home. When they arrived, she let him in the front door, and her family members escorted him out the back door.
So he walked in one door and right out the other.
Yes, he did.
Now, moving on to our next case, Kristen Lang felt her boyfriend was using his drummer skills to pick up women at his gigs.
Now, accusations are baseless without proof, and that's how Miss Lang and Mr. Roberts ended up in our courtroom.
A couple months ago, I start getting messages on Facebook Messenger. "Hey, I just want to let you know that Stacy and my ex are together. They're getting hotel rooms together."
You have not made one sexual advance at me in 6-7 years.
Ron, please escort Mr. Shaw into the courtroom.
Mr. Roberts told me that he is going through a midlife crisis.
Oh, God.
And now playing in this band is everything that they say about picking up women.
Are you acting on any of these advances that these women are throwing themselves at you?
I did cheat on her. I have had some relations with other females.
We wanted to get some expert advice on how to catch a cheater, and joining us now is licensed private investigator and polygraph examiner, Kendall Shull. Kendall, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. Good to see you both.
Kendall, this isn't your first rodeo, so were you surprised that Mr. Roberts confessed before you even delivered the results?
No, not really. A lot of people think that they can beat the lie detector. Now, why they think that, I don't know, but once I get them in that room, put them in that polygraph chair, and explain the polygraph to them, it heightens their anxiety, and now it's a reality. And a lot of times, that ends in a confession. Mr. Roberts also promised that he would break off the affair that he was having with the other girlfriend, so I'm really curious to know what happened with him.
We'll let Miss Lang answer that question for you. She sent this update to the court just a few days ago.
It looks like we're moving right on back to our same old ways, and all the signs seem to be pointing in the direction that he's still cheating. I guess my next move is really going to have to be a separation to let him figure out what he really wants out of life, and maybe this is what was supposed to be for the best.
Ms. Lang, we are so very sorry to hear that nothing has changed.
I know your heart is hurting, but you had to do what was in your best interest and take care of yourself and take care of your heart.
Kendall, you had another interesting case with some shocking results, and that's Moody versus Kraft.
Oh, yes, I remember it well.
They were both dating other people when they met and started cheating with each other.
I've been knowing him for some years. I was in a relationship with someone, he was in a relationship with someone. We wanted to kick them to the side, but instead of kicking them to the side, we got caught together by them two.
You all got caught?
We got caught at the hotel.
Woo! You got him by cheating.
Yes.
And you worried about him cheating.
The phone goes off one morning, and it's a text message, and it says, hey, I don't know if you're at work or not, but I'm trying to get a hotel for us.
It's not like that.
It's just like that.
I seen her the same day. We started, just going back and forth with words, and then she says, oh, so what are you mad for? You mad about this? She grabs his private part, and she said, you mad because I'm getting some of this.
Right there
in front of everybody, in front of everybody.
Was Mr. Kraft cheating, or did he pass when Kendall put him to the test?
We'll be right back with the answer to all that and more. Stay with us.
You know what, Miss Cutler, that really was a nice tie.
I'm not going there with you. Instead, I'm going to bring us back to the case we were discussing before the break. Let me remind everyone that this is Couples Court with the Cutlers. Kendall, before the break, we were talking about the case Moody versus Kraft, and you conducted Mr. Kraft's polygraph exam.
I remember his exam, and for now, I'll just say it was very interesting.
Okay, let's get to those results.
I have been through so much with this man. I need to know something, because I cannot keep forgiving and keep forgiving and keep forgiving to look like a fool.
You asked Mr. Kraft, since the start of your relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? What was his response to that question?
He said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was being deceptive.
I knew it.
But Kendall, you said his exam was interesting. Did something unusual happen?
Yes, it did. During the polygraph exam, Mr. Kraft actually fell asleep. A lot of times, that's a sure sign that the person is lying or showing deception.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. Okay, so here's the question. Would you like to know what happened to them after they left court?
I can't wait to hear.
All right, well, here's what Ms. Moody has to say about their relationship.
I just wrote out a list of all the good and all the bad. And I said, whichever one outweighs the other, that's the way that I'm going with the relationship. And so the good did outweigh the bad. It did, because he is really a good person, a really sweet person. He really is. Thank you, Couples Court.
You know, I've heard people say, put it down on paper, the good and the bad, before making a decision. And if she likes it, I love it.
In Couples Court, we've heard some interesting reasons as to why a person thinks their partner is cheating. And I want to share one of those with you. Take a look.
She comes up with poison oak. Arms, legs, behind, and it's like, how do you get poison oak on your behind if you're not? She said she got it from her mom's cat. What is she doing with the cat?
I know I sure in the hell didn't get it from having sex out in Poison Oak.
I've been in this business for a long time, and I have to say, I've never heard that one.
Kendall, thank you for spending this time with us today and for sharing your expertise in the use of polygraph exams and catching a cheater. And we'll see you soon again.
Likewise. Thank you very much for having me.
Couples Court is back, and joining us today are private investigators Todd Redding and Eric Eccles.
You both specialize in cases of infidelity. When should someone think about coming to see someone like you?
Well, I usually get a call when a person thinks they're being cheated on and has discovered something that for them is a red flag. And they're so worried and frazzled, about their loved one who's cheating, and it's affecting them in almost every aspect of their life.
And I would agree with that. And a lot of times it's that they're trying to decide if they want to stay married or even get a divorce.
Mr. Redding, you conducted covert surveillance on Pryor versus Edwards.
That's correct.
Let's take a quick look at the case and Mr. Pryor's concerns over possible infidelity in his relationship.
We haven't had sex in 3 months.
He don't know how to make love. Nope.
I'll be going to Afghanistan to serve my country. I don't need to worry about that kind of stuff when I'm overseas.
Mr. Pryor had reasons to be concerned, and this is a question for both of you. What do you need most when conducting covert surveillance trying to catch a cheater?
Well, Your Honor, I need information. I need as much as possible. Photos, where they live.
Same here. I need to know what kind of car do they drive. I followed Miss Edwards to her job. Locations are extremely important to know.
And what conclusion did you reach as to whether or not she was cheating?
I followed Miss Edwards for several days, from home to work. When she left her job, I followed her. I didn't see anything suspicious until when I saw her engage in a conversation with a gentleman for a good bit of time. If they were planning anything, they were interrupted by a visit from her boyfriend.
Your surveillance gave us a good look into her activities and behavior. But to further investigate this case, we gave Ms. Edwards a lie detector test. You also asked Ms. Edwards, since January 5th, 2013, the start of your relationship with Mr. Pryor, have you had sexual contact with any other man? What was her response to that question?
She said no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive.
Come on, Ivory. Really?
Since they left court, our staff has followed up with both of them and no response from either of them. Is that typical in your cases?
Well, Your Honor, I found that with some of my clients, sometimes they get back with me and sometimes they don't.
I want to continue with Todd and another one of his cases, Oliver versus Nelson.
Yes, Miss Nelson was another one who was more active at night. She came out in club attire and I followed her into the club. However, she was in and out of the club, pacing in the parking lot on her phone. It was my feeling that she wasn't even there to work, that she was there perhaps to meet somebody.
In this case, you gathered enough suspicious evidence for the court to determine that we needed to do more. So we gave her a lie detector test.
I don't be doing nothing. I swear to you, I don't do nothing.
It sounds good.
I just don't want us to go down the wrong path. And I just try to be honest the best way I know how.
Miss Nelson was asked, the night your boyfriend found text about you getting a massage in a hotel, did you have sexual physical contact or sexual intercourse with that man? What was her response?
Miss Nelson's response was no, Your Honor.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that Miss Nelson was being deceptive.
Are you kidding me? I am done. I don't want to do this anymore. That is a lie. That is a lie. I did not have sex with that man. I just need to be excused. I don't want to.
Now, there was drama after Miss Nelson failed the lie detector exam. And let's take a look at what's going on with them now.
So since coming to court, we have decided
that we're going to stay together.
And we realized that we have too much to lose. We have such a great friendship that we had for so long. It's not something we want to throw away. So we're going to stick this one out. We appreciate everything you guys did for us in court.
Thank you again, Couples Court.
Bye.
You know, generally, if you can see yourself without a person, then they may not be the one. But in this case, they decided to stay together. So I guess they can't see themselves without each other.
Like I can't see my life without you.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to our last case, Ross versus Rudolph. Miss Ross felt her boyfriend was cheating and had tried to track him down herself before coming to us. Let's take a look.
I have been calling him all day.
Okay.
No response all day long. So I go 45 minutes away to the next casino, second casino, Paige, no Rudy.
And you're doing all this because you, at this point, are thinking he's with some other woman.
Correct.
I'm not cheating.
You're not cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Where are you?
Home sleep.
What kind of sleeping?
No, he wasn't.
Yes,
no,
I
you
was.
was not.
Oh, Mr. Rudolph. Eric, you conducted surveillance on this case.
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Mr. Rudolph was a character, but at the end of the day, I got him.
Well, hold that thought. We have to take a break. Couples Court will be right back with how to catch a cheater and some unbelievable evidence in this case. Couples Court is back, and with us are private investigators Todd Redding and Eric Eccles, who have been sharing their professional experience on how to catch a cheater.
Eric, before the break, we were talking about the case of Ross versus Rudolph, and you actually went to a hangout spot and submitted video and audio recordings from your investigation.
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I followed him from his home to the club, and that's when all the action took place.
Let's take a listen.
You about to get married, Ruth? I'm going on Cutler Court. I'm leaving Monday to go to Atlanta.
What you gotta go to court for though?
Cause my girl want me to go. She think I'm cheating.
Are you cheating?
Yeah, I'm cheating.
Okay, all right, well, as long as you cheat.
But I ain't taking
you
no
can't tell them
money.
you cheat.
I cheat with females in the casino.
Now, we all heard him admit that he's cheating. Let's take a look at where they are now.
This is Ira
And Lisa.
just giving you guys an update on what's been going on with us since we left. We're back together.
No cheating.
I wasn't cheating.
And we really thank you guys. Thank you, Couples Court.
For helping us out.
In court, she said she was going to stay, and she's still standing by her man.
You know, Your Honor, they'll have better luck if Mr. Rudolph can stay out of the clubs and avoid temptation.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Your Honor. It was a pleasure.
I really enjoyed being here. Thank you for having me.
Today, we're taking a look back at some of the most outrageous women this courtroom has ever seen.
Now, it's been said that well-behaved women rarely make history, and the woman in our first case is known for being a bad girl. Was she cheating, or was she just doing what made her famous?
If I text you at 6 o'clock and you read the message at 6:02, but you reply back at 9 p.m., it's a problem with that.
I was at a booking.
Actually,
I can't
no,
have my
actually,
phone.
the situation that I'm talking
This is
about.
why you don't date a bad girl.
We might as well talk to each other because they're not talking to each other. They're not even here. So how you doing?
They have got trust issues out the wazoo.
Nobody even knows she's in a relationship. She won't even post me on her social media. Everybody knows about her on my end.
Because my fans are crazy, and I don't want him to go through that.
AKA
I want to
cop out.
keep him safe from all
AKA
the
cop out.
bad end of being a celebrity. It's hard.
And you're saying unequivocally you're not cheating.
No.
That is
I
why.
just want some of that, and I can't even get that. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do.
And that's why this court gets to the truth.
Let's get to it.
You asked Miss Monet, since you began dating Mr. Johnson, have you had physical sexual contact with any other man? What was her response to that question?
She said no. The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive.
What?
Miss Monet?
I mean, I had some strippers shake on me a little bit a few times, but like I never like had like no, I'm being dead serious.
I bet you're wondering if Miss Monet is still up to her bad girl ways or has she brought it down a notch. Here's what Mr. Johnson had to say about their relationship.
Since appearing in Couples Court, our relationship has grew tremendously. We learned to communicate more effectively, like the Cutlers told us we should. My only thing was, I'm still going through a few problems with Kiana as far as her responding to my texts or calls how I want her to. But as far as everything else, we've definitely been good.
Well, it sounds like Mr. Johnson wants to hear from his bad girl a little more often. A long-distance romance has its challenges, and maybe it's time for Mr. Johnson to decide if he's going to love her or lose her.
I agree. Now, DC, I know how much you love shoes.
Yes.
And I don't have a problem with that.
Thank you.
And over the years, I've even contributed to your collection.
True.
But I know I would have some real issues if I found out that your shoes were coming from some sugar daddy.
What?
She telling me that she don't have nothing going on with her sugar daddy.
I'm not gonna turn down money, I'm not gonna turn down shoes, and I don't have to do anything for it.
Did the sugar daddy buy the shoes you're wearing today?
No, but he's reimbursing me.
All right, let me see what that looks like. Oh, nice. What did you have to do to get those shoes?
Nothing. I just take a picture in the shoe.
Nothing in life is free. Ain't nothing in life.
Okay, he has a foot fetish. He likes pictures of feet and shoes.
Even if we believe you that he hasn't cashed in yet, he's waiting.
Has he ever propositioned you?
Yes.
So there it is.
I just need to know if I'm wasting my time here. I got a goal to be married before I'm 30 because my 20s, I said I'm gonna play my whole 20s. It's time for me to get married when I'm 30.
But you're not gonna get married to somebody who doesn't love you and who has a sugar daddy on the side.
Yeah, she acts like she don't wanna get serious. She wanna play like, like she's still in college or something. I can't do that.
A member of my team performed a forensic voice analysis of Miss Howard.
Have you ever had physical sexual contact with the man who sends you shoes?
No.
All right.
Your Honor, the voice analysis determined that she was being truthful.
So, Cutler, it turns out Miss Howard was only getting shoes from her sugar daddy. Now, you're probably wondering, has she given up her shoe kick, or is the sugar daddy still kicking around?
Since leaving court, things have gotten a little bit better. I have stopped talking to the shoe guy since he said it was a big deal. I would say we're on a road to recovery. So we'll see how it goes. Bye, guys.
It sounds like the sugar daddy is gone and Miss Howard is moving on with her relationship. So let's move on to the next case.
All right.
I know that my girlfriend is cheating, and I'm just here to prove it. I need to know once and for all if we're gonna move forward or move on.
I'm here to prove my innocence. I'm not cheating on her. I never have. So I don't even know why all this is coming up.
So in your court papers, you said that you have a trunk of evidence to support your position.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so this
the
brush
incident.
I know this brush very well. You know why? Because I bought this brush for her. There's blonde hair in this brush, and it's in the passenger seat. I have this bikini, okay, with the black straps. Now, very easy to see with black was blonde hair all tangled in this. Now I'm like, oh, blonde hair again. Coincidence or?
Double strike with the blonde hair.
I understand. This trunk is getting full of evidence.
Yes. Okay, lipstick. I do not believe that she would change her lipstick or even wear any to go drive, but change it twice. Again, her people sit in the back seat. These were found in the front seat.
I did have that one color on, the nude color.
Okay.
However, I obviously had a passenger in the front seat.
It wasn't looking good for Miss Miller. So did Miss Caruso decide to love her or lose her?
We'll have that update for you and more when we continue.
Welcome back to another special update episode of Couples Court. You know, Mr. Cutler, men are always getting a bad rap for being cheaters.
I know, and that's why we're leveling the playing field today and taking a look back at cases where women are in the hot seat.
Before the break, we brought you the case of Caruso versus Miller. Ashley Caruso unloaded the most incriminating lineup of evidence against one woman I've ever seen.
But you know what they say, if the bikini top doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I don't think that's how it works here, but let's see what our expert had to say.
The lie detector determined that she was being deceptive, Your Honor.
So you like blondes, huh?
We've been going through this for months, so it's like,
if you're cheating on me behind my back, you are not trying with me in my face.
When I'm trying
you're
with
being
you,
deceitful.
when I'm with you and I'm trying, you don't try.
That didn't go so well. I'm not sure I even want to see this update. They're probably still arguing.
Right.
Hi, I'm Ashley Caruso. I was in court with Kayla Miller, my girlfriend at the time. And since we've left court, we're no longer together, but we are still friends. And I am so thankful that the Cutlers were able to help us in our relationship, but more so in our friendship, because our friendship has grown. Although our relationship has ended, I think our friendship has grown.
I admit I was pleasantly surprised. I guess there are times when it's better to be friends than lovers. In this next case, Christopher Davis wanted to marry his girlfriend, but he couldn't shake the feeling that she was cheating.
I have had disturbance at my household where people are knocking on my windows. We were sitting in the room, just laying there, and all you heard was,
Why would I bring somebody
You
to
think
the
they're
house?
doing a knock-knock to get the boom-boom?
I hope not. Like when I first met her, she already was in a relationship that was rocky when she was jumping into a relationship with me.
Well, you know, how you get them, how you lose them, Mr. Cutler.
And if you find out she is cheating?
Yes, I'm done, y'all.
Was Miss Dorns cheating, or did Mr. Davis have it all wrong?
We'll have the answers for you and more when Couples Court continues. Hello, and thank you for joining us for another special update episode of Couples Court. Before the break, we were revisiting the case of Davis versus Dorn.
Christopher Davis felt his fiancée was cheating and refused to marry her. and Ms. Dorns was fed up with the accusations.
Ms. Dorns was asked, since being in a relationship with Mr. Davis, have you had sexual intercourse with anyone other than your fiance, Mr. Davis? What was her response?
She said no. The lie detector determined she was being truthful.
Yes. And I just want to know, would you?
Don't do that.
I just want to know, would
Don't
you
do
please marry me?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Need some counseling.
Oh man, she shot him down.
Yes, she did. But since then, has she changed her mind? Ms. Dorns sent us this update.
Since leaving court, Chris and I are currently separated. I've learned to love myself and not be worried about people's judgmental statements. I would like to thank the Cutlers for allowing me to prove my innocence, and I'm not the person who he thought I was, so thank you.
Wow, I guess the accusations finally took a toll on the relationship.
Yes, it did.
Now, in this next case, Matthew Rosenzweig brought his snake wrangler girlfriend to court to find out if she was slithering around with another man.
So she did pick up his new job as a reptile assistant. Yeah, she's a snake handler now.
I'm good with wrangling snakes.
She says she's working.
Okay.
But you know, where does she go for 3 hours when the phone's off and all this stuff?
And now I'm just over it because I've been having to defend myself way too much.
We went back to the house, and her phone was dead and she needed a charger. She told me to go look through her purse. So I went to go look for the charger in her purse, and I found 3 Magnum condoms. And I said, what are these? Where did these come from?
Listen, I went to the doctor to start a new birth control. I grabbed a handful of condoms for us.
The results don't lie, but the question is, do you?
We'll find out.
Have you had sexual intercourse with any man besides your boyfriend, Matthew?
No.
What did the forensic analysis determine?
The voice analysis determined that she was being deceptive, Your Honor.
All right.
This is ridiculous.
It is. Well, he was right. Miss Rankin was cheating. Now, since court, has Mr. Rosenzweig decided to love her or lose her?
Our staff touched base with Mr. Rosenzweig, and to my surprise, they're still together.
What?
He said that coming to court helped Ms. Rankin open her eyes, and she's getting back to being the woman that he fell in love with.
Well, I just hope she continues down that path. Up next, newlywed Iceana Bland came to court armed with evidence of her wife's possible affairs.
Right now, we're separated in 2 different homes. We on the edge of divorce. She's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I'll go through her Facebook. When I go through her Facebook, her ex comments on one of her statuses she made.
I end up talking to her, seeing her or whatever, but...
So you actually saw your ex?
Yeah.
So did y'all hook up?
Like what?
Like,
You know what we're asking.
Nah, we ain't had sex.
Girl.
We ain't had sex.
I was born at night, but I wasn't born last night.
All right.
No.
You asked Miss Cleonia Bland, on the day with your ex-girlfriend, did you two have physical sexual contact? What was her response to that question?
She made an admission. She said yes.
All right. But to you, Ms. Bland, the question before you now is, regardless of how far she went, what are you going to do with this relationship?
I don't know.
That confession left Miss Iceana Bland at a loss for words. So since then, has she decided to love her or lose her?
I really appreciate everything the Cutlers have done for us because they have really made a major impact on my marriage. Like, I don't think that we'd be together still now if it wasn't for the Cutlers.
So thank you, and we still have our Tuesday night dates.
I can't believe it. The Blands are working it out. I know I enjoy our date nights, and I recommend that couples set aside some time just for themselves, just to enjoy each other.
Date nights are a good thing.
Right.
When you're with your significant other.
Well.
But in this next case, a date night went way sideways when a woman took an overnight business trip and left her boyfriend at home.
Okay.
She went on a business trip to Vermont, okay, business trip. But she was tired from the flight, whatever, her phone was out. And I looked at her phone, and I saw a picture with her with somebody else.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
And so,
what's everybody want to say now? What's everybody want to say now?
I
I didn't think it was cheating because it was with another woman.
You don't think anything's cheating. It doesn't matter who it's with. She was on some military dating site. She swore off all dating sites, okay? Another time she was passed out, I saw she still had the military app on her phone.
Ms. Samsonoff saying, I'm looking for a man who can take care of me and enjoy the finer things in life.
Like she was free. Like she was free.
Has she cheated on you in the past?
She had a baby in between our relationship with another man.
Because you broke up with me.
A baby with another man.
Wow, a baby with another man and a risque night with another woman? Stay tuned for the conclusion to this case and one powerful update when we return.
Welcome back to the conclusion of this special update episode of Couples Court, Love Her or Lose Her. Today, we've been taking a look back at some cases involving our most outrageous female cheaters in question.
In this final case, Albert Monero found out his girlfriend loved to experiment, but he didn't know if she was ready to change her ways.
Right, and that's why he turned to our court for help. We enlisted a former military interrogator to get the truth out of his girlfriend.
I did not meet with anyone that I was speaking to on that website, Your Honor.
Have you met any men that... Have you met with men that you didn't meet on this website?
No, Your Honor.
Well...
That picture said all, the profile says it all. She ain't gotta say nothing else.
She did admit to me that she went to Vermont and she had some relations with this woman, but that there was a man involved. So as a person who's conducted hundreds of interrogations, I do believe she's still cheating. She does not want to be in a committed relationship, but she does want to remain best friends.
I loved you.
Mr. Monero was hurt, but was he really done with Ms. Samsonoff? He recently sent the court this update.
Since leaving court, Sonia and I have broken up. I've learned that I need to be stronger. I need to love myself more. These things have to happen before I can get into another relationship. The Cutlers, what I took from them was just seeing them united, working together, communicating together, even though it was only for a day. Witnessing that really gave me an understanding of what I need to see in my partner and in myself when I'm in another relationship in the future.
It just goes to show, every loss isn't always a loss. Sometimes when one door closes, another one opens.
Right.
Hopefully this will be a new beginning for the both of them.